Welcome, team, to episode 19 of the Keep Going podcast, Athletes Shine a Light on Mental Health. This is Luke Weed in Knoxville, Tennessee. Super happy to be here with Patrick O'Malley. What's up, baby? Not in Chi-Town.
Hey, no more Chi-Town. It's a bittersweet time for me. Moving out closer to my girl and her family out in Roscoe, Illinois. So super blessed, know the area well, and happy to be here with you, Luke. I know you're battling strep throat, man. You're a warrior, brother.
Honestly, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this until about an hour ago. So feel it. We took a turn for the better about an hour ago, and we're getting it in, you know?
Exactly, man. And anytime you got a guy like Cam coming out, we got to show out. We got to go 100%. So
That's
super
right.
excited. Louisville Baseball stand up. Snyder and the boys stand up. So super excited for that. Luke, before we go into anything, I definitely want to touch on last week, man. How'd you feel about last week's episode?
Dude, AB absolutely killed it. It was one of those, she has so many nuggets to drop. We got into some action even before we went through the early life, high school, and all of that. So, man, I'm just super proud of AB for coming on and telling her story. First volleyball player, right?
No doubt. What's up?
First volleyball, right?
First volleyball, man, and she crushed it, man. And just like her playing career, volleyball, basketball, she brought her A game. So many good nuggets if you haven't listened to that already. I'm also going to shout out AB's network, on Instagram at the KG Podcast. We got the blog going now. They were super, super proactive on there. Lots of listens, lots of love. So we appreciated AB and her nuggets and all of her people as well. It's awesome. But Luke, we're not specialists by any means.
No, man, we're not psychologists. We're not psychiatrists. Just a couple of ex-athletes trying to help out some current athletes. That's what it's about for us. Impact one person, then you impact another person.
That's it, man. That's the dream. And that's why we're here coming up on 20 episodes. Crazy stuff to think about. But Luke, I know you've been battling strep throat, man. You're a warrior. This is a Jordan flu game in the 90s. Tell me what you did for your mental and your physical this week, my man.
Dude, I just tried to stay alive this week. Honestly, it was just one of those grinded out weeks. It actually started off as a great week because on Monday or Tuesday, I forget whenever I text you, I found out that I'm going to be coaching for the Maryville College men's and women's team, their goalkeeper coach next year on top of teaching.
Congrats to the boy. Boy.
So super excited to get back into college coaching on a part-time basis next year and a way to impact my alma mater. So that's going to be super fun.
No doubt, man. Well, congrats on the position again, man. I know it's a big deal. I know it's a big thing that fills up your cup, man. Coaching, not only the men's, but the women's. And you're back at it, man, to go with teaching and with the pod. You're a busy man, Luke, but you get it done, man.
Hey, do good on the largest possible scale. That's Sir Isaac Anderson. That's a quote from the guy who founded Maryville College. So, do an alma mater proud, hopefully. What about you, man?
You always did as a player. You'll do the same as a coach. And I guess for me this week, I think it was just trying to stay organized. I mean, with everything going on with the move and doing this with obviously my family for the first time, my own spot, like it's been crazy to think about. Obviously, it'll be nice when my girlfriend gets back into town. She'll be able to help out with the girls' touch, the core stuff, like that. Right. So looking forward to that, but just trying to stay organized, trying to stay structured without losing my mind. I'll go with that.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do. Moving's one of the most stressful times of the year. So glad you're getting that over with.
No doubt, man. I don't have to move. I get to, man. Like this is This is super exciting. I'm the luckiest guy alive. I'm super blessed to be able to do what I do and be able to come out here. So no complaints about good things in 2023.
100%. Well, hey, man, I'm excited to bring Cam on. I'll do a little intro for the boy before he hops on here. University of Louisville relief pitcher from Champaign, Illinois. That's kind of where mine and Cam's connection comes from, and he was gracious enough to hop on the podcast with us today. Cam, come on, man.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
What's good, Cam? How we doing, bro?
Doing well. Enjoying the week, enjoying the off day, so no complaints over here.
Yeah. I was about to say, man, being a former college ball player, not at that level, but those off days are crucial. So the fact that you gotta enjoy them. On Easter, on an off day to talk to us, bro, I got so much love for that. Appreciate you.
Oh, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Well, hey, tell me this, bro. What'd you do this week for your mental health?
For me, it was actually it was a pretty long week for me. I'm not gonna lie. So we just got done with a 2-week road trip. So it's nice to be back at home. Kind of get a few off. I think it's our second off day for the week, but be able to sit back, relax a little, just in our homes and stuff, kind of get back into the flow of school for the week. But for me, a lot of stuff that I do is just like enjoying my time away from the field. Like obviously I love being around the guys and stuff, but that time where you just get to sit back and relax a little and kind of be just a normal college kid, not the athlete part. It's nice. It allows you to appreciate, I think, the experiences and stuff that follow with it. So it's been a good week for me.
I love that, man. You dropped a couple nuggets. We have like thousands of athletes that listen to this, obviously. And I think a lot of times our athletes and former athletes get wrapped up in that identity piece, right? Bro, and like all of our guests, you're modest already, man. You played a top 25 Division I program in the country. You have an opportunity to compete for Omaha every year. So you're playing at the highest level. But it's easy to get really wrapped up in that. So it's refreshing to hear like getting back with your people, being a normal college student, getting back to your studies, doing things away from the lines. I think it's very powerful. Luke, go ahead.
100%. Do you find that you make it an effort to make friends with people outside the team, or is that something that you focused on your 4 or 5 years over at Louisville?
I've definitely tried to expand kind of my like groups that I hang out with and stuff. Obviously super close with the guys just because that's who you're with pretty much, 90% of the
100%.
day, 90% of the week and stuff. But it's nice to definitely have those friends outside of sports who kind of gives you a different perspective. Like I said a little earlier, like it just lets you don't really have to be the athlete like you are, but you're just being kind of a normal person, just enjoying the conversations and stuff. So it's definitely nice having, the two different groups that I can interact with.
100%.
No doubt. Love that, Cam. And especially being an upperclassman, man, you're someone of these guys, young and old that are leaning on you, man. You've been on top of this for a long time now. I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. Obviously, with you being a senior right now, do you have an extra year next year still available?
No, this is my grad year. This is my last year, so enjoying it. That's for sure. So probably try and get into coaching or something along those lines after, just to kind of like you guys are doing, just allow for people to get the same opportunities I did. Help out where I can. So definitely enjoying the last dance. That's for sure.
Bro, I could just tell, man, when you start talking how much you love doing this, but how much there's a bigger thing out there for you. Like I think that's super powerful, bro. I think that's awesome. Well, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go to early life, Cam. So, Cam, I'm going to guess, bro, you played more than just baseball growing up. Tell me a little bit about your sports background, how you fell in love with sports as a kid.
Yeah, so my dad played baseball in college and stuff. Mom's a teacher, so they were always big.
Shout him out. Where'd your pops play?
He played at Aurora College. So
I went to Rockford, bro. Same conference.
Small world. But no, he pretty much got me to love the game. So they were always big on, it didn't have to be baseball. It didn't have to be, I didn't even have to play sports if I didn't want to. But got into baseball, basketball, soccer early on. Just loved being able to go out there and play, just be a kid. Started, I'd probably say around high school, realized I was just doing baseball and basketball, but realized I had a different kind of desire for baseball. Still enjoyed basketball and stuff, but kind of saw that baseball was, if I wanted to keep playing in college and stuff, it was definitely going to be that path. So kind of always loved baseball. It's, for me, any sport, just a sense of kind of competing and stuff. I love that little thrill. So no, it's been a fun journey so far.
No doubt, man. No doubt. I think a lot of our athletes, they start off playing a lot of different positions. They see mom or pops going through it. They got buddies that go through it. Awesome, man. Luke, I know you're queuing up. What you got?
Oh, 100%. That's when did you decide on the pitching aspect? Is that kind of the adrenaline part that you're talking about? I know relief pitchers, you get thrown into some tough spots sometimes. Was that kind of the ideas?
So I was an outfielder going into high school. As a freshman, our varsity team, we had some pitchers, but it was really starters and stuff. So I ended up getting called up as a freshman just because I was a guy that kind of threw strikes, could mix up speeds a little bit here and there. So in that summer, I kind of started focusing on pitching a lot more. By sophomore year, I'd pretty much realized like that was the part of the game I loved, having the ball in the hand, pretty much being the one in control with, what's going to happen. So no, I love that thrill. There's nothing more exciting than, running out of that bullpen and getting your team out of a cluster or something, or shutting the game down. So no, it's about as fun as it gets.
100%. Well, hey man, let's talk about the mental health side of that a little bit. A lot of our listeners struggle with competitive anxiety. That's something that a lot of athletes go through. Was that something you ever had to struggle with, or did you just kind of always take the moment in hand?
I think for me, it was something it definitely took me a lot to get used to. High school, there was the pressure of like, one to go to college and trying to do everything perfect and be the guy that didn't mess up and stuff. And then ending up here, I mean, obviously top 25 program. So the stakes are raised like any given weekend. You got thousands of people yelling at you and stuff. So I think it definitely took a little to get used to, dealing with all the different pressure, how you react to, when you do have your first bad outing in college or you're away from your family and all that. So I think one thing that helped me was having the older guys when I was here, the guys who are older than me, kind of, they did a great job of showing us the ropes. We have a lot of resources on campus for people to talk to and stuff. Our coaches do a great job, pretty much reinstilling that, even though it's a very competitive program, you're going to have all the attention on you. Like, at the end of the day, you still have to be able to enjoy it and do what you need to be successful. So no, it's definitely been it's been something I've enjoyed. A lot of opportunities, a lot of learning from it. So
awesome.
No, I like that a lot. And knowing the area that you're coming from, right? I recruited out of that area as a college coach. I obviously grew up in Illinois, a little bit more north than you, but it's all good. And correct me if I'm wrong, man. You've always been the big fish, man, like from high school on. So you get to Louisville, and I mentioned this already, Noah Snyder, knowing those guys. You get there, it's a big-time program. You've had your share of ups and downs in betweens. What have you done when things weren't going your best? Because every pitcher's going to struggle, man, from time to time.
And I think, kind of like you said, like being like one of the top guys in high school and stuff, like you can play on your travel teams and stuff where you got good competition too, but step on campus here and every single guy on the roster is a first team all-state guy or all-American. Like, like you're not really just a big fish in the sea anymore. Plus you're playing with, as a freshman, you're a 17 or 18-year-old too, going against 22, 21-year-olds. So there's a big skill gap, but I'd say, it's kind of something that helped me was kind of just realizing who I am. Like, obviously you develop in college and stuff, but they recruit you to be the guy that they saw. Like, you don't really have to change a whole lot. Like, obviously you're going to put on your strength and stuff regardless, but kind of realizing that you have your skill set and that's what they saw value in, and not really comparing it to everybody else. I think that was the biggest thing that helped me, just knowing that no matter what it is, like, you can serve your role on the team, and at the end of the day, it's going to make a difference.
Luke, I love that, bro. I see you smiling over there. It's just coming down to two things, right? Like, knowing that you're enough, bro. You've earned this. Yes. You've kept progressing. You've kept putting the work in. Your skill set, how you play the game, is enough at this level. You've proved it time and time again. Second thing, comparison is the biggest thief of joy. And I think often our athletes, and even people that work 9 to 5s in cubicles, bro, which I'm doing now, I'm not coaching anymore. You look at the guy or girl next to you and you're like, I want to be him. I want to be her. I want to get the pat in the back. But you can make sure your grass is green. I think that's a huge lot.
No, I couldn't agree more. That's something, like, we have a lot of guest speakers coming and stuff, and it's kind of like I said earlier, like reinstilling, like, whatever it is you're doing, like, be the best at that. Don't look at the outside noises. For us, it's like, we lose a game here and there and our Twitter blows up. We got fans from all over saying this and that. So it's like, you control what you can. And once you're able to accept that, it's so much more enjoyable.
I'd say sideline quarterback, but I don't know what you would say for baseball.
We got some of our fans will be ruthless here and there, but hey, it's part of the joy. It's part of the joy of it, though. It's fun proving them wrong. So
yeah,
no doubt, man. Well, I love that for sure. And what I want to touch on next, if you've listened to episodes, which we touched on the prelude that you had before, it's often a misconception that people look at someone where they're at, but they don't understand kind of what they've gone through, where they started, how much pain, how much they went through to get to where they're at. We see Cam Robinson today, a confident young man playing at the highest level. Tell me your keep going moment.
I'd probably have to say for me, it was probably after my freshman year of baseball in college that kind of, it shined the light on it. Like, I didn't have the best year. It was first year in college, so you're dealing with all the ups and downs of failing and stuff. I think it was kind of over that summer, went to play summer ball, getting a call from, I think it was within 2 days, it was my parents and then the coaches. And it's, we believe in you, like, no matter what you may be thinking, like, we're still trusting in you. Coach is pretty much saying, like, you're the guy. I mean, we recruited you for a reason. Like, you don't really have to be anything more than what you're trying to. So I think for me, that it just freed up a lot. It allowed me, I think for any athlete, it's a lot easier to be successful when you're just playing like a kid. You're not worrying about the outside troubles and stuff. Like, you're just out there free of mind, being able to do what you love. And I think the second I was able to kind of accept that, it just made the game so much more easier and so much more enjoyable.
I love that, man. And Andrea said that last week, the volleyball player we had on, just going back to being in that huddle as a college player and be like, I got to be that little girl again that fell in love with the game, and having that support group, which we touch on a lot of episodes, how much that plays a huge role with friends, family. Actually, I want to curveball this a little bit, if you don't mind.
Oh, no problem.
We got athletes that they think they don't have anybody to reach out to. They don't know who to reach out to. They haven't established that. Maybe things are tough at home where their friends aren't the best influences. What would be some advice for you being a D1 guy, being a proven athlete in this game? What would you say to, men and women like that?
I'd say for me, I'd look at your close teammates. Like, those are the people you're spending most of your time with. So they know you as a person. They enjoy getting to be around you. I think that's one of the best things we do here is kind of form our connections with each other, because then it's not a parent you're having to talk to. It's not a coach or something. It's somebody you trust who's going through the same things as you as well. So they're out there. I mean, if you're having a slump, they could be slumping too. So it's nice to be able to share those perspectives with one another and kind of figure out what maybe they did that helped get them through it, or what you're doing, and sharing ideas. I mean, that always helps. That's kind of what we roll with.
Go ahead, Luke. Strength in numbers, my boy.
100%. I think it goes back to what you said from earlier, right? You learn from the older guys. You've got seniors on the team. You've got grad students kind of like yourself on the team that they've been through those ups and downs. They've been through the highs and lows, and not everybody gets through those lows and back up to the high, right?
No,
so
exactly.
if you can find a guy that knows how to do that, that's something you got to learn from others, right?
Exactly, because you can see it. I mean, you guys see it through any sport. Like, there's always those people who they're super talented and stuff, but the game just eats them up, and they kind of, from what I've seen, at least here, is guys who kind of try and keep it all inside and don't really, try and seek help or talk it out with other guys. That's the ones who it ends up eating you alive, because you're just sitting there kind of, it's beating you up inside. So it's a lot harder when you're not willing to, talk about it and deal with the fact of it. But
yeah,
I think the older guys definitely help show the way and give you plenty of resources and stuff.
Yeah. I've always believed in the strength in numbers, man. Like, everybody's
100%.
going through something, and if you can be vulnerable, then somebody's going to be vulnerable back, and that just shows more power. I mean, more strength in the team for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's blessings, right, to have the friends, the teammates, the family. And if you don't have that right now, I love that point. Go to someone like-minded that's doing what you want to do, man. Run that back, Cam. That's good stuff, man. Because
that's the best way to learn.
Yes, bro. Get with someone that is where you want to be, that has that drive, that he or she could help carry you at times, and vice versa. Me and Luke talk about that with us all the time. Like, we feed off each other. Right now, the dude's got half a throat going through this pod. It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I got a couple more things. I'll wrap us up. It is Easter. I want to be conscious of your time, man. I could be more appreciative.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to ask you two random things, actually. This is the first time I've ever done this.
Yeah, hit them with it.
Give me your favorite NWA song, one, and give me your favorite Office character, two.
Oh, nice.
I'd have to go with probably Express Yourself for the song.
Okay.
Banger of a song. And then, gosh, Office, I got to go with Ryan. Ryan cracked me up. That guy.
Are you really?
I swear,
Really?
I thought he was a slept-on character. Very top-tier comedy. Would always get a laugh out of me.
All right.
For sure.
First iteration of Ryan or second iteration of Ryan? Goatee Ryan or like first Ryan?
I think goatee Ryan, like the
I
part
think
where
so
he
too.
was starting to get confident and stuff, and he was doing his own thing. That would always make me crack up.
I'm a gym guy. I'm a gym guy.
And I love that show. There's plenty
Yeah.
of characters to pick from, but
No doubt. No doubt. Well, Cam, we appreciate you, bro. I got to ask you one more thing. I'll let you skate. So I ask this to our guests all the time. If you had to go back and help, and ask younger Cam or give Cam some advice, younger Cam Robinson, what would you tell your younger self?
I think it kind of be like what I said earlier. Like, don't forget that it's still a game. Like it's still a kid's game, no matter what it is. Like the best way I think to be successful in it is just enjoying it, not putting too much pressure on myself at a young age, thinking I had to be this perfect, make the perfect play, couldn't strike out, couldn't give up a hit here and there. Like be able to deal with the failure of the game and still enjoy it. I think that's the biggest thing I would have told myself.
Cam, I love that, man. And thousands of athletes are going to love your message today. Appreciate you taking the time. I know
100%.
our listeners want to get in touch with you. Promote yourself, man. Where can our listeners find you? Go ahead with that.
Instagram or Twitter, anybody free to shoot me a DM, talk about anything. Obviously, like I said, 5 years of college, I've been through a lot, seen a lot, got to experience a lot of fun things. So anybody ever wants to reach out and talk, always open, always free to talk. So
Perfect.
Anytime.
Perfect.
And we'll have that Instagram and Twitter in the bio. And dude, I just want to give you the props for grinding out 5 years at a top 25 D1 ball school. That's not what many people, there's not many people that can do that. Right. And I think coming on here today and sharing a little bit of your story, it shows the maturity after those 5 years. So I'm super proud of you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And it was a pleasure to get on here and chop it up with you guys. Love what you guys are doing.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. And if you decide to get into coaching or anything in the baseball world after this, you got my number, you got Luke's number. I'd love to be a reference, help you any way I could.
Perfect.
100%.
Looking forward to it, and best of luck to you guys with this.
Hey, we'll
best
be
of luck
cheering
with the
for you,
rivalry
bro.
series. Yeah.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
I'm a big Cam Robinson fan after today.
Yes.
I was leading up, but you lived up to the hype, bro. We'll be cheering for you all the way to Omaha, all right, brother?
Appreciate
That's
it.
right.
Best of luck to y'all. Thank you.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
Appreciate you, Cam. Peace.
Peace.
Luke, good stuff, bro. Good stuff.
Unreal.
Anyone that comes on Easter and just brings the fire, I'm all for.
Dude, he's bringing the heat. I don't know what Cam throws, but after that heat, it seemed like 98 or something down the middle. But hey, man, a couple of things that we got to talk about before. Actually, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I was super fired up on what Cam was saying because it goes in with our charity, right? You know what he's talking about earlier.
Instead of that,
I know.
I
got to hit the ad read. I know. I'm just super fired up on it after he said that. Hey, CNC and BNC, dude, homegrown design and apparel. We'll link the bio. We'll link their website in the bio. But look, Cubs are probably going to go undefeated from today till the rest of the season. And I just know that's going to happen. So what better way to show my support than a custom coaster from homegrown design and apparel? I mean, Cubs in 4, Pat, am I right?
I don't care who we play, Luke. Not at all.
It doesn't matter who we play. But no matter what your MLB team, no matter what your NFL team is, NBA, no matter what your team is, go get a custom coaster. All right, something to have on the coffee stand, something to have on the nightstand, something to just get you right. Okay, appreciate y'all.
No doubt. Shout out to CNC and BNC over at Homegrown Design and Apparel. We appreciate you sponsoring and partnering with us. Luke, so I do want to go into our charity and social media shout out back to back. Which one do you want?
Dude, let's do that charity, man, because it's all about what Cam was talking about, right? His keep going moment. Charity is words I wish I heard. Okay. And the post that you sent me, Pat, right? The caption was, in case no one has told you lately, I'm so proud of you. And that's something that so many athletes can struggle with when they go to college their freshman year, because they get taken out of their friend group. They get taken out of their support group. And like Cam said, right? His keep going moment was whenever his summer ball coach and his parents called him and they said, I'm still proud of you. I still believe in you. Right.
Dude, love that. And shout out to Ella and Keaton. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. That actually rocked the gear in the post. Stanford and UW commits respectively. So a lot of D1 baseball and softball love on this pod. Head over to Words I Wish I'd Heard. 60% of profits from the sweatshirt sales go back to mental health. Guys,
amazing.
Jump on there. Go get a sweatshirt. They're awesome. Support mental health. Mental health matters. The awareness is at an all-time high. Shout out to Keaton and Ella, D1 future rock stars. Awesome stuff.
100%.
Cool. Luke, well, I will go in without any further ado. I'll go into our social media shout out of the week here. So I want to touch a little bit back to Morgan's Message, one of our favorite accounts. Shout out everyone at Morgan's Message with the human over athlete shirts across the country for lacrosse. We saw it over at St. Francis de La Salles. I think it's how it's pronounced, or is it De Sales?
De Sales, I think.
All right.
But so we know we know how I am with the pronunciation.
Oh, it could be either or, but these shirts are real, dude. I'm going to have that in the show notes as well. But the human greater than athlete shirts across the country with the Morgan's Message 988, taking a shot at mental health on the back.
Hey, 100%. I'm glad we got a high school involved too.
Oh, dude, why didn't our high schools do cool stuff like this? This is really sweet. But besides the point, shout out to Morgan's Message. As always, shout out to St. Francis, boys lacrosse, and everyone across the country, ending the stigma on the field, court, and everywhere else.
100%.
Awesome. Well, Luke, last thing, I do have our mental health question of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you real quick.
Hit me with it, brother.
So, Luke, I'm going to go with the Luke Wheat mailbag for this week's episode.
Love it.
What do I do if I'm worried about my mental health?
Well, hey, man, I think that's actually a great place to be to get some help. Okay? Because a lot of mental health problems, we don't even think about them, right? We kind of just let them fester, kind of like what Cam was talking about today. We kind of just keep them inside and we don't even think about them until it builds up and we explode, right? If you're having the wherewithal to understand that you're having some problems, that's a great time to ask for some help. And that's what we would recommend you do, right? Get with a trusted friend, go to your parent. Look at some online therapy. That's something that I've done over the years that makes it super convenient and super easy. A couple $100 a month, probably, which I know is not, the cheapest, but there are some different ways to get funding for that. And there are some different ways to get that price knocked down based on income. But yeah, man, I think worrying about your own mental health, actually, it's not a great thing to have any problems, but it's a good spot to know that you're about to get some help.
Couldn't agree more. And Cam hit the nail on the head. I'm so happy he shared that. Just getting with those like-minded people, getting with your teammates. You got 40-man rosters, 40-woman rosters in some of these schools, depending on what sport. Even if it's a smaller sport, 10, 15, 20, 25, they're all there chasing the same goal that you are. Compare and contrast, trial and error, talk to people about it. That conversation is becoming acceptable. It should be. It's what we should be doing. That's for sure.
100%. That's the whole reason why we're doing this, right? Just trying to get one person, right?
Exactly, man. Well, hey, I'm super excited about the weeks to come. We got a Cole Jepson interview coming up. We got Zach Jones, coach from the MLB level, coming up as well. And Luke, anything else before we wrap up today's Easter episode?
No, buddy, I got to shout out Pat. We had a couple meetings we keep going this week, and I was super fired up on them and stoked to be in those. And of course, sickness hits at the worst time, but Pat steps up and takes my place or not just takes my place, but takes the meeting by himself and just, is doing a lot of good things for the brand. And I can't be appreciative of you more, man.
No, look, it's a team effort, bro. I love you like crazy. And, if we keep doing this, it's more we can help end the stigma, bro, impact as many lives as we can. And we're blessed to have this platform. So if I don't say this enough, happy Easter to you and yours. Hope you guys are enjoying everything when this comes out either tonight or tomorrow morning. And Luke, above all else, man, keep going, brother. I love you.
Got to keep going. Love you, buddy.